One is located up, one that way, another other way, and the final trial down. Gronk blinks a few times and looks at Bork, goes, Gronk right, Bork wrong. The hunter trials start late in the afternoon. Someone is thrown into the fire as others point and laugh. Bork the Fighter picks his nose and every adult goblin wears their masks. There are wings, claws, beaks, colors. Each mask is unique to the goblin who created it. As the sun begins to set, Gronk, the Queen Speaker, stands up and everyone shushes each other. Today, goblins stand serve to hunter trial. Right. So we just did introductions. I'm happy with this. Everybody knows everybody. It's a small tribe. Gronk looks at Bork and just sort of, yes, Bork. As the last of you declares your worthiness, oh, there is one thing that you did not tell us. So quickly, we will go over this. Why do you deserve to be hunters? Does anybody have a reason?
It's my destiny. I read it in a book once.
Rug reads?
No, but the characters look pretty cool.
Picture book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rug fluent in picture.
Gronk understand. Why other goblins become hunters.
Say that, Master Fire. Well said.
Gronk thinks Xela said she Master Fire.
Snail wishes to follow their grandmother's footsteps and become great healer hunter. That is Snail's destiny. What Rug said.
And Bork, why should we let Bork be hunter?
Because everyone else is doing it. and they won't let Bork do anything else.
Well, let me tell you in this little song why I have so longed for this time to be a hunter was because I wanted to find Gunter. Gunter is a little goblin that has beat me up for so long, but I will find him through becoming a hunter as I search the forest for that Gunter.
Good song. So as the last of you declares your worthiness, Gronk yells for quiet. Quiet! And the Goblin Queen stands. I didn't realize I had to do a Goblin Queen voice. You go get mask parts now. From things fought in trials. Come back before fire turn yellow or don't come back. The village cheers as she throws a powder into the fire that turns it a deep blue, announcing the start of your trials. You all know from watching the previous trials, this is a timer. When the fire burns yellow again, you must be finished. You also know that the blue doesn't always last until sunrise. This is not a precise measurement. Who is going to be your party's leader? I look to one of the charismatic ones. Okay, Hoop will be the party's leader. So Gronk looks to Hoop and says, there are 4 trial locations. Only important one be last. Pile of stuff. Up. Jungle colors. That way. Black rock. Other way. Pile of bones. Down. Again, only important. Last one. Pile of bones.
Well, I say we go to the colors first.
2 jungle colors, squibs must go. As the squips head out on their adventure, the light is dim. 2 of the 5 moons are new, and the other 3 are crescents. And the sound of the forest is quiet. Let me find Jungle Colors. The Kuatoa village, that is known as Jungle Colors, is across a bridge that is across on the other side of the forest. And the river and the village have been there for as long as the Goblin Village. The bridge spans the river between the 2 tribes. Neither side knows quite who built the bridge, yet it helps both villages raid the others. So, good thing. Neither village maintains the bridge, though. The bridge spanning the river is rickety at best. Only 1 squib can cross at a time. The river moves too fast to swim, and you guys can't jump it. You smell stinky fish people.
My nose says we should go across. I'll go first. Okay.
Charging. Caution to the winds.
Okay, you need to borrow this. Roll me an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Okay. Can I hold something while...
Yes.
In the event of you fail. Oh, okay, fair, absolutely. Too bad disadvantage. That was a nat 20 on my dice. That's
Sigh.
13?
I'm just gonna put these in a pile. So I'm gonna give these to the dungeon master. Those are for the players.
Okay.
That's so they have an advantage, a +1 if they want to use it.
Okay,
That's what I use. Yep. And they have another thing that got circled.
so we have the opportunity of adding a +1, giving yourself an automatic natural 20 on any one roll, or adding advantage to any one roll. Would you like advantage to cancel out your disadvantage?
Can I keep my natural 20,
That would be what this would do, yes.
please? I don't need to die on my first
Say
roll.
goodbye to disadvantage. Rug takes a natural flying leap as he hits the bridge and bounces from breaking board to breaking board, easily clearing the bridge.
Whee!
Who's next?
Bork.
Bork is going next. Roll me an acrobatics check, please, Bork.
Come on, guys. It was pretty fun.
Bork smells fish people. I shout out to fish people. He's gonna shout out, eat, fishies. Fishy, come out. Help Bork. Bork will give you, like, shuffles through his bag, jerky, if you help.
Okay. So beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely beautiful. Okay. So there is dense jungle on the other side that's full of hiding spaces. And you see one fishy head poke out from behind a tree and look at you. Jerky.
Flaps it.
In the air.
And the Kuatoa steps out and starts making fun of you. He's like, "Ugh, silly goblin other side bridge.
You come get jerky.
No. You bring jerky.
If you help, I give jerky.
I just want to make it very clear, Bork. This is the reason why we don't bring you to things.
That's exactly why you bring Bork to things.
Okay. So the Kuatoa goes,
Does Bork need help?
From fish.
But not from me?
You did not want pork hands.
Fair.
okay. So the Kuatoa steps out from behind the tree and grabs one of the ropes and pulls it taut. to hold the bridge stable. It's not very smart, so this is the best it can do to help you.
All right. Then I guess he'll just like, good enough. All right. And he's just gonna walk.
Okay, roll acrobatics.
Oh, that's 18.
18. Okay. Bork quite easily crosses the bridge with no issues, and gets to the other side, and the Kuatoa stands there with its hand out, its fishy, wet hand, waiting patiently, or impatiently for the jerky. He grabs the jerky and dashes behind a tree to eat it. Who's next?
So I just want to be clear. So the fish person held the bridge tight. So I'm going to call out to the two people who've crossed the bridge already to do the same thing for the rest of us.
Sorry, what? Grab the rope. The what?
Tighten the rope. The bridge.
Rug is gonna grab two parts of the rope and just
Okay.
Be close. Be very close.
You can help them. You're all
Rope
there.
tight. Now what?
We both have one rope.
And then I will go over across the bridge.
Roll acrobatics. Natural 20. All right. My dice are hot today. So, Hoop, the most charismatic and fluent in common, walks carefully across the bridge, but confidently, stepping over any broken boards and missing every step as if with, or hitting every step as if with great purpose. Xela, Snail, who's next?
Right here for us.
Hmm?
The bridge for us.
Hold the bridge for them.
So I will hold the bridge for them, and only on one side though, because I'm not going to get into the mess of these two on the other side.
So, for reference, Josiah, can you hold the mic for me for a second? For reference, Rog is standing there holding a portion of the rope tight, but not doing any good. Bork is holding the rest of the rope and pulling it tight, but on the same side as Rog is holding it. So the one side of the bridge is very slack, and Hoop is holding the rest of the bridge tight.
Ladies first, so I'll go next.
Acrobatics.
Mm, 16.
Excellent. So Snail walks very carefully, careful not to get her beautiful patchwork dress dirty, stepping over piles of grime and algae, and makes it to the other side quite safely. And Xela, it is you. You are left.
How broken is this bridge?
Oh, very.
How good would mending do to fix parts of it to make it easier to cross?
You know, that would any broken boards that haven't fallen into the river could be mended.
That for a little bit of magic. Sorry.
Oh boy.
And as like Xela claps her hands together and like this like dark swampy goop rises up into her hands and she places it onto the wood as it starts to knit itself back together.
So the boards begin to knit themselves back together. But Xela, as you are a nullback goblin, we need you to roll on the wild magic table.
As she casts this, gummy bears fly out at the audience.
Beautiful. So as Xela rubs her hands together and slaps them onto the board, gummy bears start spouting out of the board, bouncing into the air and down into the river.
Oh no. Xela like shrinks well and gets 5 years younger.
Oh no. And in goblin terms, that's extra bad because Xela was only 16. Xela now 11. All
Back
right.
to puberty all over again.
Yes, Xela, I'm sorry. So the whole party is across, and the Kuotoa step menacingly out of the jungle. There are two of them. One is busy eating jerky, so there were three, but you know what, Bork? Roll me a persuasion check. And if you want, you can use either of those. Beautiful. So both of the Kuotoa sniff the jerky and look at their friend enviously. Back to Bork, and back to their friend, and back to Bork, and put out their hands, sheathing their weapons first. They put out their hands, eagerly expecting jerky in their webbed fingers.
It's teriyaki.
Teriyaki jerky, Kuotoa favorite. And just like that, we have passed through the first combat encounter.
Wow. Great.
So there is one issue, though. You haven't found anything to add to your masks. You're here for mask components.
Take a piece of the bridge.
How big a piece is Bork taking?
Face size.
Bork is taking a face-size piece of bridge. Roll me strength to wrestle it from the bridge.
A 4.
Okay. So Bork valiantly struggles to open a piece or to pry a piece of this bridge free. Ooh. Happy me. So Bork valiantly struggles to open a piece or remove a piece of the bridge and stumbles and falls face first onto the bridge. In the process, successfully knocking free a ear-sized piece of bridge. So Bork has a component.
Success.
The other four of you still need something to take back for your masks.
Bork, have more jerky.
What you do for work?
I owe favor.
Bork will agree.
Ah!
Gonna take the jerky.
Mask jerky.
That will be his piece of mask.
That's pretty smart. Bork could have done that.
So Rug has a piece of jerky to add to his mask.
So we're on the other side of the bridge. What do we see around on the other side?
Dense jungle and 3 very snacky Kuotoa.
I'm gonna go over there and ask them while they're eating their jerky if they have any colors for us to add to our masks.
The first Kuotoa who got the jerky looks up as he finishes his chunk of jerky. Colors. Reaches into his bag and pulls out feathers. My colors.
I'm gonna play you a song if you give me the colors. I mean the feathers.
Just give it to him.
The Kuotoa goes, song? And tentatively stretches their webbed fingers out to Hoop and waits for him to receive the feathers. Oh, wow. What do I have? What do I have? Disadvantage. To be fair, I did just get given double disadvantage. So So I have an arsenal of things at my disposal, and the players have, well, Josiah has disadvantage on his next roll, and the players still have an automatic natural 20 and a +1.
So I will take the feathers and put them into my ear and then pull up my pan, flute, and drum and play them a tune.
To clarify, you were playing a pan flute and a drum at the same time.
Yes, I tap it with my foot, the drum.
Okay. So Hoop is playing a song on the pan flute with his hands and tapping out a beat on a drum. He is a one goblin band. Is there any words interspersed with the pan flute? Performance check, please. That was a good performance check, everyone. That was a 21. So everyone gets enthralled in Hoop's song, even Bork. It's a good song. It's kind of jazzy. It's a good little jazzy number with some syncopated drum rhythms. Somehow he's doing that with his foot. And 3 people now have something for their masks, though we're not sure Rugs counts.
Snail's gonna walk along the river and look for their lord's symbol on the river shore. So I look for more snails.
Okay.
The most colorful shell, of course.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh, that's a natural one. This is how I play, though. I can't roll.
Snail, you do have an automatic natural 20 if you want it.
Yeah, I think I will.
So Snail rolls and, much to her chagrin, falls face first in the mud.
Oh no!
But in doing
My
so,
dress.
her nose lands right on a bright, prismatic snail shell, as if it was a sign from her lord.
Thank you, my good lord. Thank you. Look how pretty she is. She's my new best friend. Look at her.
And now, Xela, you are the only one without something for your mask.
I approach the Kuatora.
You're welcome for that performance earlier. My magic is the reason everything turned out so beautifully.
The
And like I
Kuatora.
wave a hand. I don't cast anything yet,
Okay.
but I mimic like as if I had been the whole time.
Okay. So some colorful sparks fly off your fingertips, and the Kuotoas are entranced, and one picks a gummy bear out from behind its ear and pops it in its mouth. More magic.
More? That took a lot out of me, you know. I think I deserve to be compensated for this performance. I will take 1 color, please.
Draws its sword.
You're giving me a sword?
Magic.
That's so nice.
And the sword points at Xela's throat.
Can I roll deception?
And while you're doing it, I see this happening. So the drumming now becomes more like battle oriented. Like, yeah, there's gonna be a fight here.
Is this bardic inspiration you're using? Because this sounds like bardic inspiration.
Hearing the drumming pick up the quick.
Cast some magic before he starts doing slam poetry.
I cast prestidigitation to make a lot of really interesting percussive sounds at the back to like have like an echo chamber go around this room.
So there's an echo chamber happening in the dungeon, or in the forest. We're not in a dungeon. That was earlier today. So there's an echo chamber happening around in the forest/jungle. And Xela, you need to roll on the wild
Oh.
magic table.
Well,
What'd you get?
94.
Oh no.
Well, then why are there 3 pages? You've pissed off Xela for the last time as I grow to twice my size.
Xela is now a medium-sized goblin at roughly 6.5 feet now.
Yes.
So Xela's about 6.5 feet tall, and she towers over the rest of her goblin compatriots. And the Kuotoa cowers and drops its sword, and hands it reaches to its side and rips off some scales, handing them to Xela in fear for its life.
I take the scales and the sword and then give them a dagger. More appropriate for your size.
The Kuotoa looks at the goblin and grabs the dagger, very confused, and picks its teeth as the jerky is kind of stuck in there. Okay, so you all now have a component for your masks. Oh, fearless leader, where off to next?
So before we head over the bridge, how much damage to the bridge is it with Bork trying to pull off just one piece of wood for the ear? Okay.
We're good. No consequences.
Let's go to Black Rock next.
To Black Rock. Black Rock, to the goblins, is also known as Weird Magic Place.
Hey, it's like you, Xela.
Oh no, Xela's shaking!
Can I do one before we do?
Can I have one of the lozenges? Yeah. This one. Thank you. And Borg is going to toss this. And your character.
So Borg reaches to the heavens and goes, "Oh, great God of all!" Xela needs a lozenge and throws it at Xela. It smacks right between her eyes and falls on the ground. Xela picks it up and eats it. Now, Xela, you've been here before. This is where you got your magic powers.
All right. This step, this place looks scary because it is.
The lozenge didn't work.
It's part of the magic.
This is a glade, and it is a place of great magic. A black stone obelisk stands 40 feet tall in the center of an open glade with vines growing up the sides. The greenery in the glade is uncomfortably lush, not twisted or thick as the trees surrounding it, and small flying lizards flit around on top of the rock.
Snail isn't scared of magic. Magic's a very good thing. Sometimes I wonder about you, but it's a very pretty place, so I will lead the way. And she just charges right in without just walks. She's also petting her new friend. We need to name you. Do you want to be Snail Jr.?
The snail that still lives inside the shell
Yes.
pokes its head out, and one eye stalk turns towards Snail's face, and then back to the glade, and it quivers slightly.
Don't worry, I'll protect you.
As Snail steps into the glade, the obelisk flashes with magic.
Oh, it's
And
so
that's-
shiny.
And the two flitting dragon, or the one dragon, lizard, that's on top of it, crawls down the obelisk. And then you see on the side of the glade, two giant fire beetles crawling into the glade. And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative for me.
Oh, but he's so cute. Ooh.
No, your initiative does not have disadvantage. That's the first skill or attack roll. Okay. Who? Oh, wait, I should wait. Everybody tell me what you got. 12. 13. 8.
19.
19.
Right?
4. Snail is shocked by the flashing magic from the obelisk.
Nobody in my real campaign uses my dice because they think they're cursed.
And my dice have been
I
rolling
guess
really
it's
hot,
just
so let's
me,
see.
not my dice.
Rolling dice. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so we have 19, 19B, 14, 13, 13B, 8, 4, 3. So who got the 19? Who got the 19? Xela?
That was me. What happened to my voice?
The lozenge
Delayed
worked.
effect. I sound like a filthy elf. Oh.
The lozenge worked. It just had a delayed reaction. Who got the 14? That was Hoop. Bork got the 13. Rug got the 8. And Snail got the 4. Okay, so Xela, you go first. There is a small winged lizard and 2 giant fire beetles.
Oh, hello, Mother. You aren't supposed to be alive anymore. I took your power. And your beetles don't scare me anymore. And I cast Firebolt into the air to intimidate them.
Wild magic roll.
Oh,
For anybody wondering why there's so many wild magic rolls, the Nullback goblins are notoriously not magical. So any of their casters have wild magic surges with every spell they cast.
so as I release a Firebolt into the air, like a gout of flame appears, and then I disappear as a fog cloud forms all around us.
Great. So the goblins all now can see about 3 feet in front of their faces. 1 goblin length in front of their faces. And that's it.
And as intimidations go, that was a 16.
Beautiful. So the pseudo dragon, as it were, sees the fire gout of flame into the sky and the fog clouds descend, and hisses loudly as it flies over the fog cloud. I feel sorry for whoever has to clean the floor after this. It's Sam. Okay, so awesome. I have so many things here. These are all for me. You guys still have a +1 to any one roll, by the way. Next, the pseudo dragon flies over, and you all hear a shriek inside your minds as it screeches telepathically.
I don't like that.
I didn't think you would, Bork.
So Snail doesn't get scared.
So Snail covers Snail Jr.'s ears so Snail Jr. doesn't get scared. I don't think snails have ears, but you know. So basically Snail puts a finger on both of Snail Jr.'s eye stalks and pokes their pet in the eyes.
Don't worry, Snail Jr. I got you.
Hoop, it is your turn.
So just before the fog came in, where was the fire beaters in relation to where I was?
You have one fire beetle on either side of the glade. They are about 35 feet away from you in either direction. And the pseudo dragon, you wouldn't know this because of the fog cloud, but it's overhead, circling.
Okay, with the pan flute in one hand and the club in the other, I'm just gonna wildly go after, swinging it in the fog to my
Oh
right.
no!
Roll an attack roll.
Guess we'll test concentration soon.
And I'm going to use my auto success. It's a nat 20. Thank you. Mm, it should be your
Yeah,
to
it
hit
should just be
number.
this one. So then, yeah, you're at 6.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I spent some charity money and it was a natural 20. So you need to roll double damage. So the D4, roll
Hey,
it twice. Actually, 4 plus that, so 6. Because I'm just going to do max damage for the first die. So 6 damage. Snail, my dear, you're so busy covering Snail Jr.'s eye stalks
Yes.
that Hoop frantically swings his club and smashes you in the back of the head for 6 points of damage.
Oh. I'm still up.
Snail's still alive, but she's hurt.
Ow, 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 ow. What's she doing?
That's what Hoop hears.
I'm so sorry. I thought I was going for the fire beetle.
I'm a snail, not a beetle. I thought you were smarter than the other 3.
They both have shells.
It's an exoskeleton, and snails have shells. Don't you know anything about
Same
bugs?
thing. I'm so sorry.
Bork, it's your turn.
All right. Bork, yeah, I guess here's all of this. Yeah, okay, so here's all this. He's gonna take out his crossbow and he's gonna shoot into the mist towards the direction of the beetles. He's willing to take that risk. So
Attack roll, please. Waiting. Loading, please wait.
Okay.
Chibi.
I might not die.
I got 7.
A 7 on your attack roll. Okay. So, Rug, you're standing in front of a Bork. Directly in front of Bork. You can see the outline of Rug. You can't quite see Rug properly, but you can see the outline, and you're like,
Oh, this jerky looks really good. I hope nobody hurts it.
and a crossbow bolt comes flying and pierces your ear for you. You take no damage.
I feel no difference.
But you have a hole in your ear now. And as it flies through your ear, it thunk into the obelisk, and you hear a cracking sound.
The Rug's gonna just fixate on that and oh.
Ru-
black rock has got a hole in it.
So you think. You can't see it. And what you hear next is and that's it.
It's an ASMR.
Okay. For reference, Josiah, tell me I'm not crazy. That seems strange, doesn't it?
You know, hey, I mean, you could reskin that, or maybe they're just really cool fire beetles.
This is what I'm thinking. They're really, really dope, like
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Beetles.
Oh, Ninja Fire Turtles.
Snatchy, snatchy. So these are, in fact, Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Turtles, beetle things. And yeah, so you hear. And the fog illuminates, and you can see the shadows within it. Rug, it's your turn.
Cool. Rug is going to see the illumination. He's like,
This is my moment to prove myself.
and he's going to pull out his quarterstaff and come swinging overhead to smack it with his wooden stick.
Beautiful.
Um,
Roll me attack at disadvantage, my friend.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to borrow a die?
So that's what's my attack bonus on that? Okay, but that's a 12.
Okay.
Or an 8.
So Rug swings with all his might, and the staff goes whack onto the ground beside the illumination. He doesn't hit anything.
I gotcha.
Snail, my dear, it's your turn.
Snail's rubbing the knot on her head, but she double checks to make sure Snail Jr.'s okay.
Snail
And
Jr.'s
then-
still there. She's okay.
I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. So I'm going to spit into my hand and then rub them together real good and rub it onto my head to make sure it's okay. And that's my magic, is my
Okay.
spit.
So, show of hands from the audience. Who thinks wild magic surges should apply to divine magic too? Wild magic roll D percentile, please, my dear.
Oh, yes. I don't play magic, people. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, that's a 9.
Oh, it's the other sheet. 2. One more.
What? You cast Dance Macabre. Center yourself. Oh, centered on yourself. If no corpses are available, one skeleton and one zombie are summoned from the ground.
So, the ground starts to rumble. And a hand breaks through. And it's a skeletal hand, and it reaches up and it pulls itself up out of the ground. And then on the other side, the ground starts to rumble again. And another hand breaks through. This one is fleshy. And it raises out of the ground. And then you hear a moan, and it says, "Brains." Okay.
Can I reach down and like help one of them up?
Yes, you can give the skeleton a hand up.
Okay.
And it's a goblin skeleton, so you can actually like lift it out of the ground quite comfortably.
I'm sorry. You look kind of ghastly, though. Are you okay?
The skeleton head shakes its head as its jaw clatters on from side to side.
Oh, you poor thing. Will you help us out, though? I think we need some help. But don't hurt the beetles. Go for the flying one.
So I'm rolling a d6, and this includes me. Oh, yeah. So I have a booze.
Oh no.
It is a potion that is very rare. And the stats go like this. When you drink this potion, you must make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. You can choose to fail the saving throw. On a failure, you are polymorphed into a goose. Your game statistics are replaced by the statistics of a goose, but you retain your alignment and your personality. Any equipment you are wearing or carrying is absorbed by the new form. You revert to your true form after you drop to 0 hit points or after 1 minute, and return to the number of hit points you had before you were transformed. If you revert as a result of dropping to 0 hit points, any excess damage carries over to your true form. As long as the excess damage doesn't reduce your true form to 0 hit points, you aren't knocked unconscious. While in your new form, this is the caveat, you must make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw at the start of every one of your turns. On a failure, your alignment becomes chaotic evil, and you are controlled by the DM until the start of your next turn. Excellent. Oh, I have another way. Everybody roll me a flat d20. Oh, thank you. Flat d20, everybody.
13.
16.
Bork, at this very moment, realizes that he has a potion. He's not quite sure what it does, but he has a potion in his pocket, and he thinks that the shaman who gave it to him said it would be helpful in combat. You don't know it makes you ooze. He thinks it. Okay. So on your next turn, you can do that. At the beginning of the next turn, you hear and the fog starts glowing bright on the other side. There's now illumination from both sides, and you can clearly see double shadows of everybody. I don't actually have statistics for the goose. It's in my book. Okay.
Cut the shadows. Cut the shadows. Don't blink. All the things.
The goose. Excellent. For anybody who wants to see, I will put the goose picture right here. It's freaking adorable. And as my wonderful co-GM Gerald is actually a goose, I will give goose to Bork. For when you transform, you will become Gerald, but made of ooze. I'm sorry, buddy. Okay, so let me just get my bearings. Ooh. Ooh. Interesting. Everybody except Xela, roll me a DC something or other dexterity save. Snail has a 5. Rug has a 10. Bork has a really good one. 17. And who has a 13? Rug and Snail, you both feel well, all of you, including Xela, but for some reason she's not affected. You hear and feel a loud cracking sound as a wave of force rolls over you. The two of you are unaffected by the wave. The two of you, on the other hand, take 2 points of damage. 2 points of damage. And it is back to Xela's turn.
I've never had to think for so long. My first concentration spell.
Hi, Barbie.
Wow. Seems everyone's having a little trouble.
Who can I recognize in the middle of the fog?
You see 8 shadows in the fog and 2 sources of light.
I am going to run towards a random shadow and use the help action.
Roll a d8. And in the process, all of you guys are hearing like inside your heads.
Mom? We've talked about this.
8.
8. You run up and use the help action on Rug.
Aim higher, whoever you are.
And next,
I'm gonna duck now.
are you done? Rug ducks. Or not Rug. Xela ducks. And next you hear as this weird mutated shape that glows enters the fog. And Rug, you're in the front. And you see this first. It's like a beetle, but it's standing on 4 legs instead of 6. And 2 in its thorax. Thorax, abdomen. Which one's in the front? The thorax or the abdomen? The thorax. And its thorax is raised above the ground with 2 arms up and a humanoid-like head with antennae sticking up in mandibles. It's some sort of monstrosity. It glows brightly. And it comes up. Oh, it hits you. What's your armor class?
14.
Yeah, so a 19 hits. Excellent. And it swings a scimitar.
Come at me, man. I got you.
That's why they're Teenage Mutant Ninja Beetles. And the beetle swings its scimitar and it hits and it connects deeply into your shoulder. You take 2 points of damage.
Quarterstaff's still on the ground. He's looking up like,
Okay.
Ow!
So everyone else hears Rug yell ow really loudly as you hear a swooshing sound through the fog and a thunk and a swat.
Not great.
Hoop, it's your turn.
Okay, so what direction do I hear that noise in? Okay, so I'm gonna take. Can I take Snail with me to that location? That way. And do I see in the fog that action happening, or?
You see a shadow-y sort of shape of a sword sliced down and hit into Rug's shoulder, his left shoulder, if it matters to you. And yes, you grab Snail by the hand and pull her with you. Make a strength check, unless you're voluntarily going with Hoop.
I guess I'll be pulled in that direction, but I'm also holding a skeleton, so you got a train going on.
And just for kicks and giggles, the skeleton grabs the zombie's hand, and now we have a conga line, basically, of monsters. Yes, they're all coming voluntarily, so don't worry about the strength roll.
Yep. We'll just come with you.
Okay, so I'll run into the fog to meet up with my fellow goblins who've just been hit with attack. And do I see the fire mutant fire beetle? Then I will go to attack them with my dagger.
Roll your attack roll. You hit. Roll damage. 1d4 plus something, I believe. Beautiful. 3 total? 4 total. Excellent. So Hoop, with his free hand, draws his dagger as he's holding Snail's hand. Are you right or left-handed, Hoop? You're ambidextrous. Okay, you're holding Snail's hand with your right, and with your left, you draw your dagger and lunge forward into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Fighter beetle and stab it. And a bunch of ichor comes spewing out around your hand and onto your face. And the fire beetle flops to the ground. It's dead.
You saved our life. Snail is no longer mad at Hop, but she just like bats her long eyelashes.
Snail's hitting on you.
And then can I rip the beetle's back off? Yeah, like the back, or like what would open up for the wings? Yeah, the wing covers. I want to rip them off.
Yes, give me a strength roll. Beautiful. So what the two of you who can see this happening see is Hoop straddles the beetle, 1 foot on its shoulder blades and 1 foot on the ground, and reaches down and grabs the wing cover of the carapace and just heaves on it, and it tears and it rips off. It's almost as big as Hoop.
And then I look at him and go, "I'll be my new loot."
More like a liar, but okay. Next turn, Bork. It's your turn now.
It is Bork's turn to become what he truly must become. So I guess he goes and takes the potion out. Okay, so take it, drink it, and then like, do I become?
So, Zabenya. Bork starts to raise into the air slowly after he drinks the potion. Anybody who could see this, I'm going to describe for the audience because they can see this in the theater of their minds. The rest of the goblins are completely clueless this is happening until the splatting sound at the end when the goose hits the ground. So the Bork drinks the potion and floats about a foot into the air and starts to shapeshift, twisting and turning every which way until his arms suck back into his body and become tiny little wings. And his neck elongates and his head turns and his mouth and nose turn into a beak. And he grows a tail. And he lands on the ground with a resounding and then reforms out of the ooze on the ground into the shape of a goose. It's your turn, Goose.
Okay, so is there pieces of the obelisk, whatever, around? No? Crunchies. Okay, can I see any creatures?
You can see a bright source of light sort of that way from you, and you can see a sort of faint shadow crossing over the moon every once in a while.
Can I fly?
Yeah, no, you cannot fly. Your wings are too small and dainty.
Yes. Yes. Goose gets advantage. As it should. Thank you. Okay, because my initial reaction is I would like this goose, because it is gooey, to go eat something. I would like it to try to go eat a creature, and just absorb it all. One big whop.
What does a goose honk sound like?
It sounds like it's horking a loogie. Excellent. Okay, so you have all of these actions you can choose to use. I think if you hit it with a melee attack, you get to use your reabsorbing skin and like absorb some of it. And you can use 3 pseudo beak attacks. Okay, so roll me here. Let's lend you some d20s. Roll all 3 of those. Yeah. Roll a fourth. Take the highest 3. You chucked one on the floor.
It's not D&D until there's dice on the floor.
No, she threw her own dice on the floor. 19, 19, 11, 11. Beautiful. So they're all +6 as well. The goose is rather terrifying. So 26, 26, and 17. We're dead. We're dead. 26, 26, and 17. So the goose runs up to the fire beetle. Are you... Wait. Where's my sheet? Start of your turn. So we're going to keep those attack rolls. Roll me a wisdom saving throw. Sweet. I control you now. Cool. Pseudo beak. Roll me 3 die 4 plus 3 die 6. There's your other dice. And you need another D4, correct? There you go. So 6 damage and 3d6. I have a feeling one of the squibs is not surviving this. That's 12 plus 6. That's 18 plus 3. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So Hoop, the goose runs up to you and pecks you in the back of the leg 3 times. You take 21 points of damage. Hoop is now very, 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 very dead. He had 9 hit points. Hoop, everybody who's near Hoop, so Rug and Snail and the skeleton and the zombie.
And Snail Jr., don't forget.
And Snail Jr. all see the goose run hissing, pecking into Hoop's leg 3 times. And goose, if you were injured, you would heal. You would heal 11 hit points. You feel reinvigorated, oh great goose. And Hoop, I am very sorry, but your adventure to become a hunter ends here unless we have a magic that can fix it. But I don't think a level 1 cleric can fix that.
I mean, is my turn coming up? I do have healing.
Okay.
Might I know how much damage the first attack was?
The very first attack was it was 4 damage.
So technically 2 hits and then down and then only 2 fails. So you still have 1 death saving throw.
You have 1 death saving throw.
Because it's not total damage. It would have been
True.
1 peck, 2 peck, 3 peck.
So you will have 1 death saving throw come your next turn, or Snail might heal you. Dun dun dun. Rug. Or you might get swallowed by the goose. So very quickly, the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Beetle crawls over Hoop's almost corpse and swings at, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 targets available. 1, 2. Swings at Rug. We're going to pretend that was lower. Because I feel guilty for having a dead party member already.
Death to the squib.
Oh yeah, you guys do have 2 disadvantages you can throw at me. So throw me disadvantage. So that was a 13, and that was a 14. So I'm gonna take the 13 in that case. You can give me double disadvantage. So I have to roll 3 and take the lowest. Okay. So Rug, I'm a sorry person. You take 1 point of damage. As the fire beetle swings its scimitar and hits your previous wound, making it just a little bit bigger.
I don't want to be the chosen one anymore.
And the voice from on high comes down and says, Rug, it is your destiny.
What? Okay.
Snail, it's your turn.
It was. Yes.
Snail, it's your turn now. You see the mostly dead Hoop.
Snail's confused as suddenly the hand just like drops to the ground. And then she's like, wait, help. No, I just got you. I just found you. You can't leave me yet. And I'm going to just start spitting on him. They cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. So you cast Cure Wounds. Oh yeah, one of those is gone. Sweet. Oh yeah, you are the goose.
You regain 6 hit points.
Make that 7. That's gone too.
No, that's just a roll. Never mind.
So you regain 7 hit points. So you are at 7 hit points now. Hoop, after being spat on many times, blinks a few times, goes, and everybody is aware that Hoop is alive.
Praise the great snail.
Praise the great snail, indeed. And the pseudo dragon lands inside the fog. It creeps up on one of you. Xela, what is your armor class?
Today it's 14.
So a 21 hits, eh? Just barely.
I concentrated.
You take 3 points of damage. And I need a constitution saving throw.
I'm thinking real hard.
Okay, so you passed your concentration check. I need another constitution save.
Thinking less hard.
What'd you get?
8.
8? You are now poisoned for an hour
Oh.
as you feel a stinger stab into the back of your leg.
That's not good. I hate this voice. I miss my old voice. I feel better.
Oh, yeah.
Hail Snail!
You did have advantage that you could use. Do you want to use that on that saving throw to resist being poisoned?
I will use this.
So roll your with advantage.
All right, here we go again. Much better. 17. A good
Excellent.
number.
So Xela starts to clutch at her leg, feeling the poison spreading, and then through sheer force of will resists the poison. It's as if Lord Snail's hand descended from on high and blessed Xela.
Oh, hail Snail! Oh, hail Snail!
Xela, it is your turn.
Oh, what do we do with this? What do we do? I'm not thinking anymore.
I drop Fog Cloud.
Okay, you drop your concentration on the fog cloud, and the fog cloud drops, and everybody sees Rug with a big gash in his shoulder, a dead Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Beetle, a mostly dead but not quite dead Hoop, and a live Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Beetle, and a pseudo dragon behind you. Also, you now all see that your friend Bork has turned into a goose.
How heavy is a goose?
How heavy is a goose? A goose is a small ooze. So
Would you say it's between 1 and 5 pounds?
no, I would say
That's a
it's
lot of
between
ooze.
5 and 10 pounds.
Okay. But what if it was 5 pounds?
It is 7 pounds.
It's 7 pounds. Okay. That won't work. How heavy are the beetles? Especially the one with a piece missing in it. Because it's dead and now considered an object potentially?
Yep. Yeah, we still have a skeleton and a zombie with you. They're going to go on Snail's next turn. They were just catching up with the daisy chain last turn. The beetle is only like 3 pounds.
Excellent. As I stride over to this beetle and touch it, perhaps this will satiate you, goose. And I cast catapult. And I use
So
my
let me-
natural 20 from another world.
You're PvPing here, right?
Am I?
I mean,
It
the
is a
goose is
dungeon
currently chaotic evil, so sort of.
And it wanted to eat this thing in the first place.
Eat the beat. Okay. So you're using catapult, and that means you make a ranged spell attack, I believe.
Right. So it will crit.
It will crit.
And then
Okay.
it's a saving throw from you for Dex.
So you hit, do you not? Or is there a ranged spell attack for catapult?
Dexterity saving throw from the ooze. Goose.
Okay. So given that you want to use your natural 20, which I will allow, they automatically fail their saving throw. And so Xela strides very confidently into action music, played probably by Hoop beatboxing or something.
This music was made for me.
Strides forward and places a hand on the beetle with spirit fingers, and the beetle goes flying through the air and lands on top of the goose.
Feast my goose.
And the goose, you hear strange phlegmy honking sounds coming from underneath the beetle. Goose, on your next turn, you will have to use all of your movement to get out from underneath the beetle. You can try to eat it, yeah. That's up to me if I control you. 19 beat. Okay. Now we eat the beat.
I'm
As
going to
Weebles
join the
says,
conga line.
Eat the beat. Who's joining the conga line?
And I hide behind the zombie.
Xela has joined the daisy chain of goblins and undead and is hiding behind a zombie. It is a human zombie, so it is significantly larger than Xela. So Xela is about like thigh high and cowering behind the zombie, holding its hand. Hoop, is your turn. You're flat on your back, but alive.
So I'm gonna get up playing the pan flute. Very similar to when Jim Carrey's character in what do you call it, Dumb and Dumber, stands up ready to fight. And I will. Can I attack the? Okay. Okay, and I'll try to attack the other Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Beetle.
Roll me your attack roll with your dagger. Beautiful. Oh yeah, that hits. You don't even need to tell me your bonus. That hits. Roll your damage. And as with the last fire beetle, Poop, still holding Snail's hand, even though he was mostly dead for a moment there, just stands up as if he's reanimated, going on the balls of his feet, And as he stands up, he lunges forward with his dagger in his left hand and stabs into the other beetle right in the middle of its belly. And ichor sprays out onto him. He is now filthy. And the beetle collapses and falls forward.
Does Snail get hit by all that goo as well?
Yep.
She probably lets go of his head. Whoa!
You are no longer being hit on by Snail.
I hate to interrupt, but I forgot about the wild magic surge.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a 99. And if my list matches yours, I think I regain all my sorcery points.
You do.
Just a glowing goblin now.
So Xela glows after the wild magic surge, as if Lord Snail has personally blessed her.
I feel the snail within.
Excellent. Little did we know, Snail's pet, Snail Jr., is actually the avatar and chosen of Lord Snail. Okay, so next, it is Bork's turn. Roll me a wisdom save. With advantage. Grab a d20. I've got a few. Ooh, good thing you got advantage. Your dice didn't like you. Excellent. So you retain control. You feel only a little bit bad for killing Hoop. Mostly because his jazzy number was actually pretty good.
Yeah, okay, so I guess Bork Goose is gonna attack. Is the pseudo dragon, yeah. So he's gonna do pretty much the exact same thing that he did to Hoop. But to the little dragon.
All right. 3 attack rolls. +6. 16, 22, and 22. Oh, you hit. This little bugger's dead. Roll me 3d4. There's the other d4. And 3d6.
Every time, mother. Every time.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, plus 3. 16 damage. So the goose squirms out from, not squirms, sort of slurps out from underneath the beetle. It's just like, as it reforms into a goose, hisses violently, and charges the pseudo dragon that attacked his friend. And pecks into it 3 times, absorbing the entire thing. It's just like peck, peck, peck. And the whole pseudo dragon gets sucked into the goose, leaving no parts to be put into masks. But you had to have 2 teenage mutant ninja fire beetles. That's why your honk sounds so weird. You got a pseudo dragon stinger stuck in your throat.
Snail's actually going to go over to the pretty rock and pick one of the pieces of the broken rock as my mask piece.
Okay. So Snail walks over to the broken rock, and there's a chunk, little chunk out of it where the crossbow bolt hit. Crossbow bolt. And-
How do you think about this, Snail Jr.? I think it's perfect too.
Excellent. What do the other 4 of you do?
I walk over to the zombie. I look it up and down. I walk over to the skeleton. I hone
It is a
in-
goblin skeleton.
It is a goblin skeleton.
Yes.
Tailbone.
Okay.
I would like to extract.
Snail's still holding its hand. Okay, so you reach into this animated skeleton and grab onto its sacrum. And I need a strength check to see if you can rip it out of the rest of the spine.
I use the help action as well, just because?
You
like,
don't need to. I'm going to give him advantage because I think this is freaking hilarious.
13.
Sweet. So Xela, the magic user, walks over, flexes her muscles, and grabs onto this goblin skeleton sacrum and just goes and rips it off. And now they have a dangly thing for their mask. Rug, what do you do? What are you looking for your mask?
Rug is having like a come to God moment through this entire fight now.
Perfect. Come
and
to Snail.
It's like, praise the snail. And I want him to start like rummaging through both of the dead Teenage Mutant Ninja Fire Beetles and like find the most snail looking piece he can find.
Okay. So you rip open one of their ears and you find their cochlea.
Ah, perfect.
Beautiful. Bork, you're still the goose. Hoop. Actually, Bork, roll me a wisdom save. Beautiful. What's your wisdom bonus? +1. Excellent. So the goose goes feral. And there are 5 remaining, 6 remaining things. The skeleton is just missing its sacrum. The goose runs up to the zombie, which is roughly 6 feet tall, and just starts pecking wildly at it. What was that?
My hiding place.
Who's holding the zombie's hand?
Me. Oh, no, the zombie.
The skeleton. Oh, right, because Xela left it. So we've got the daisy chain of 3, Hoop, Snail, who's no longer holding Hoop's hand because they're through, and the skeleton, who's missing its sacrum, the zombie, and then between the zombie and the skeleton is Xela. Mhm.
Okay.
How many hit points does our sorceress have?
Oh, 6.
You take 9 points of damage. Perfect. Snail has advantage. So the goose, hissing wildly, runs up to the zombie and goes peck, peck, and then its neck sort of bends and distorts, and it swings its head around like a flail, and its beak jabs into Xela's thigh, and Xela goes down for the count, taking 9 points of acid damage. Roll a death save.
Success.
Success on the death save. Excellent. Everybody, are you helping your friend? Are you stabilizing your friend? The goose is killing their friend.
Yeah, well, being a ranger, he's like, I know how to do field medicine, and he's gonna run up and.
Well, obviously, I didn't go to medical school, but everyone knows that.
Roll me a medicine check. Question mark, question mark, question. Oh, nat 1.
How does a nat 1 feel?
Nope. And Rug spits out a tooth and it lands in Xela's eye. And Xela, you now have 1 failure on a death save. Hoop, are you helping anybody or doing anything? Or are you just scavenging your mask piece?
So I'm taking my dagger and putting eye holes into the back of the beetle, slowly making my mask by taking all the blood that's on me and painting it on there as I watch this occur.
Hoop is an eager spectator, making his mask out of beetle carapace and beetle ichor and his own blood. Okay, Xela, I'll need another death save.
Success.
Excellent. Goose, I need another wisdom save. The goose is feral again.
Oh no.
Mm, mm, mm. I think this is where the session might end. It might end with the goose devouring Xela because the goose is now attacking the downed Xela.
No.
And I got a nat 20. I got a nat 20.
Do we have any more?
Does anybody want to save Xela? Anybody on Twitch?
Can we force like a nat 1?
Give me disadvantage. Whew. No nat 20. And I don't remember if I rolled purple or black. Do you remember which one I rolled? That one? Okay. So Xela, you're fine. The goose runs up and goes to peck you, and as it pecks you, its beak just sort of around you and back up and around you and back up and around you and back up. So you're now covered in acidic ooze, but you're safe. You're fine. You're not dead.
Rug's just gonna pass.
Out of my way, I'm trying to do something.
Rug, make me an unarmed attack roll on the goose.
Okay. 17?
Oh, you hit? So 1 point plus your strength modifier damage.
Which is
Plus
plus
1. So goose, you take 2 points of damage out of your 75 hit points.
Stop, I can't see what I'm doing.
So Rug runs up to the goose and smacks it on the back of the head. Rug, oh goose, could you roll me 1d6? Mm-hmm. Rug, you take 3 points of acid damage as you smack the goose.
Like immediately.
Oh, come on.
And lick it off.
And then he's like, my mouth, it tastes like burning. Okay, so now what are you going to do?
Can I attempt another medicine?
Yes.
check?
I don't
Yes.
think I got enough spit the last time. Here, spit in my hand.
Re-roll that. It's cocked.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna. Okay. So it's 19 with advantage.
Flat 19. Beautiful. You stabilize Xela successfully. Xela, you return to 1 hit point.
I knew it just wasn't enough spit.
Xela, you are now covered in acid and goblin spit, and you had a tooth. And you have a tooth in your eye.
It's alive. Oh, so hold on. I forgot this. I'm gonna want it later.
Stick the tooth back in.
Just shoves the tooth back in the hole. Okay, Xela, you still need a mask component. Tailbone, you have it. Snail, you need a mask component.
I got the rock.
You grabbed the rock, right? Rug, do you have one?
Yes, I got the cochlea.
You have the cochlea. Goose, 1 final wisdom save. You might want to roll this one. Woo! You retain control of your brain. You come out of the feral rage that you contained, and you sort of give your head a little shake.
I mean, can I change back or? Oh, okay. I don't know. Yeah, I think I guess he sees all the carnage and all the blood and just realized what he's done, and he's like, okay, fine. And then he just turns back into his goblin form.
So now you need to find yourself a piece for your mask.
I want to see if I can huck up the dragon.
Okay. Do. Josiah, I'm not going to look at my roll. You tell me what I get. It's 100? A 1% chance. The goose. Bork. And the stinger comes out of its mouth. And the tail. And one more great heave. And the whole pseudo dragon comes pouring out of Bork's mouth. I don't know how you weren't bloated because you had a whole pseudo dragon in your stomach, but you now have a very saliva and stomach acid covered pseudo dragon on the ground in front of you. It's very dead.
Okay, well, I'm definitely going to take the stinger, but I think he'll keep the rest and be like, I saved that for later.
So you chop off the stinger with your scimitar or hand axe or other hand axe. You're well armed. I like this. You're a fighter. That's why. And that makes sense. So you chop off the stinger, stick it in your pouch where your jerky used to be, and grab the tail, the very slimy tail of the pseudo dragon, and carry on. There is only one place left to go before the final place. Piles of stuff. So as the goblins travel towards where the humans store all their garbage, which the goblins know to be piles of wonderful, useful things. Does anybody need healing? Like maybe Xela?
I know I don't have a patron, but perhaps we can cook your pseudo dragon corpse and just catch a breath.
They want to cook your pseudo dragon corpse so they can eat it and get a short rest.
I mean, you can eat it. I'm just gonna be over here.
I will agree.
I have special seasoning.
I will agree.
Bork has a special, or not Bork, Xela has a special barbecue seasoning. It goes extra well with pseudo dragon. So the party takes a break, and with the special Chef Griffin's seasoning, cooks the pseudo dragon over a roaring fire in the middle of this glade with the obelisk. And Xela, spend your hit die.
There's only one of these. That's the wrong one. Ah, yes. 4 hit.
You get 4. Is that including plus your constitution modifier?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Sweet. So after about an hour passes, the pseudo dragon is well cooked and the goblins all dig in. Anybody else feel like spending a hit die? The goose, Bork. I'll take Gerald back now. Bork is fine. Bork is healthy, happy, hungry a little. Feeling a mite rageful. If you play Bork again, I recommend taking a multi-class into Barbarian next level. And maybe Druid, just for wild shape. Anybody else spending a hit die? Anybody? I'm looking at Rug. Okay.
Let's go for it. Yep, cool. That's
You get a +1.
That's a total 4.
Beautiful. Hit die is there.
Cool.
Okay, Hoop is going to spend a hit dice. So roll your D8. That's the weird double pyramid one. 8. So the guy who needed 2 hit points got an 8. The guys who needed more hit points rolled not so great. Okay, so the piles of what humans consider rubble and refuse tower above you. Anyone other than a goblin might find the stench overwhelming. For you, it's like home. Apart from the occasional item already tumbling down from the unsteady piles, the dump is quiet. Next to one pile, there are 2 goblin-sized, featherless chickens pecking away at something on the ground. Make that 1, sorry.
What happened to the other one?
got
For a second,
eaten.
I thought I saw 2 chickens, but my eyes are just playing tricks on me.
Oh no! You saw 2 chickens until one ate the other one.
Oh,
Lil, we have 15 minutes on the schedule. Do you want me to just keep going right to the end, or?
Be kind.
That's for you, dear.
That went so well last time.
Or an enemy. Okay. What? Excellent. Okay. So you see, they're eating, and there's an unfortunate human laying next to the couple of chicken things. One's a corpse that no longer has a head, as the other one just ate it. How do you? Okay. How do you want to do this, guys? Hoop, oh fearless leader.
Well, let's start rummaging through the stuff to see what we can find for the mask.
So to be clear, you're ignoring the undead chicken thing.
That's just an undead chicken. Nothing much.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else? What are you guys doing? Hoop wants y'all to rummage through the stuff.
Snail would walk a little bit further away from Hoop, but go and start rummaging as well. But as she was walking with them, she's like, "So the Snail Lord, he can take many forms, but it's almost always a spiral." And she's just trying to teach these two about her great Lord and Savior Snail.
You've already successfully converted 2 of the party members. Xela,
Now I
Rug,
understand
Bork.
faces.
What are we thinking? So we have a sermon happening. Bork, we've got 2 busy listening to a sermon, 2 digging through muck. What are you gonna do? Channel your inner goose?
Should Bork just wait?
So, if anybody is wondering, the goose was an experiment happened by Tisdor Dwindleteeth III, and it was not his only experiment. There is now a loot ooze. Kind of, yeah. In the same way he admired... So, the goose surely wasn't his only oozy experiment. Tisdor Dwindleteeth III simply admired anything that crawled, creeped, dripped, or ripped, in the same way as he admired one of his, quite literally, most valuable creations, the loot ooze. For all bad things the menacing necromancer was ill-famed for, he knew when to let go, no matter how much he desired the loot ooze to stay close. Of course, setting this particular ooze loose resulted in countless breakneck treasure hunts throughout and beneath the bustling streets of Falbheim, a spectacle Tisdor Dwindleteeth III definitely enjoyed to the fullest. There's nothing to lose. Get it? Lose. It is said that the slimy critter's numerous coins aren't collected by it, but directly manifest within its magical body. However, a loot ooze that is kept in captivity will quickly lose its marvelous gift of gifting coins. In a last resort, it dissolves all of the treasures it carried at once in a faint hope to be set free once more. And it looks like this. It's a little floaty bubble of ooze with coins inside it. Just chill. I've got to read the stat block. All right. It is an amorphous creature. It is damped and bouncy. It is a golden ooze. For every 5 feet the loot ooze moves while squeezing or whenever it takes damage, it drops 1 randomly determined coin. Further, when the loot ooze dies, it bursts, scattering 10 die 20 randomly determined coins on the ground in a 10-foot square. So, just saying, you guys might want to kill this thing because it's full of shinies. You have 20 minutes, or 10 minutes, I mean. So as you are digging through the muck, Hoop and Snail, you dig through the muck and trigger a garbage slide. Roll me a dexterity save.
I'm going to use my +1,
Excellent.
and that's going to be a
12. 16. Excellent. It was DC 10. So you both jump back out of the way as the muck slides down and covers the ground. The two of you who were listening to the sermon, you are pretty sure this is a divine act of the Lord Snail. As the muck slides, a little greenish bubble floats out of the stack, and it's full. I mean, full of coins. What does everybody want to do?
Because Bork kind of held his turn. I want to go up to it, and I want to feed it rope.
So Bork walks up to the loot ooze and just force feeds it some rope.
And I pull it.
And
Does
then,
it look like a balloon now?
and then the loot ooze sort of floats up a little ways.
He's kind
And-
of goopy, just like Snail Jr. is.
And you now have a loot ooze balloon.
All right, everyone, it's like a parade. We have a zombie and a skeleton with us, and now we have a floating animal.
All right, so we have a goblin parade with a zombie and a skeleton that have followed you for
They're
some
my
reason.
friends.
They're your friends, okay. Snail has friends. And how do you want to handle the undead chicken thing?
Can they join too?
Roll animal handling.
Do I get advantage because I have a buddy?
Sure.
Or I you know what? I'm going to use my last advantage.
Excellent.
So, all hail Snail! All hail Snail!
And Chibi is dying.
I rolled a natural 1 and a natural 2.
Chibi, because I love you and I want this to work, have another advantage.
I'm cursed. Maybe I should roll this.
Here. Wait. Where's the one that rolled hot? Roll that.
Okay.
Nice catch.
Do I roll 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. That's a 3.
1, 2, 3. It works. Only because the sheer odds of rolling 1, 2, 3 back to back are astronomical. So Snail bends down, carefully hiking her dress up above her knees so she doesn't get it any dirtier than it already is, which is very scandalous for the prim and proper goblin. And she kneels before this cockatrice and goes, "Here, birdie, 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 birdie. Here, birdie, 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 birdie." And the cockatrice comes over and sniffs Snail's hand and just sort of goes, "Huh?" And hops forward.
I'll take a step back and be like, come along now.
And it hops a couple more times.
Yay!
It is now imprinted on you.
we have to name everybody. So I'm gonna call you. What should we call it?
Everybody, we need a name for the cockatrice.
Well, crowd, we need a name. Snail Jr. Jr.
Snail Jr. Jr. Snail the Third.
Snail the Third. All right. So now I have my zombie, my skeleton, my Snail Jr. and Snail Jr. Jr.
And what are the zombie and skeleton's names?
Slug,
Bob and Doug?
Slug, and Slug 2.
Slug and Slug 2?
Yes.
Okay, so Slug and Slug 2. And Junior, and Snail Jr. and Snail Jr. Jr. and Snail. And then Bork has a balloon full of coins that is a living creature. dig through the garbage, find your mask pieces. Anybody gonna dig around on the human? Are you using the loot ooze for your mask? Okay.
Of course, I'll loot the human.
Okay.
Can I use an arrowhead to dig inside if I need to?
He's not dead.
Same question.
Same question. Yes. I mean, you can. Do you not have anything other than arrows?
I don't have a dagger, no.
The bolt, right?
Oh, right. I have the bolt that went through my ear.
Yeah, you have your piercing.
There we go. Perfect. It's just like, okay.
So
What you got for me?
the human is paralyzed and now being autopsied by Rug.
Nothing a little spit can't fix.
You find nothing inside the human except what you'd expect to find inside a human. You do notice a bulging coin purse on its side, though.
Huh.
Everybody roll me a perception check as he chucks the purse.
And I really want a rib, please.
You really want a rib, okay.
Yes. Spare rib? Yeah. Yeah. You don't need all of them.
Perception checks?
16.
5, 16, 11. Rug, you need to roll one too.
Oh, dear. Nat 20?
Nat 20. So, Rug, you hear the faint breaking of glass and sloshing of liquid as you throw the thing. And as you look over, the puddle of red liquid flows into the ground. And you also heard the jangling of many shiny coins in the bag that you threw. But Rug doesn't care.
No,
Who got
be a
the
rich one and
16?
a famous hero.
Xela got a 16. Xela, you hear all the same things. It's a very loud jangling of coins. And they could all be yours for the low, low price of betrayal.
But the autopsy.
The autopsy. Okay.
Xela would look back and forth between the prize and the awful situation going on over there.
Play on words there, guys. Awful.
We'll run over to the pouch of coins. Free fall! And toss them in the air.
So Xela opens the pouch of coins and scatters 25 gold pieces into the air as they glint in the dim moonlight.
How pretty is the pouch? Like, what's the cloth look like? I like pretty cloth.
It would be a beautiful addition to your dress. You could even make a new collar out of it if
I
you
was
took the
thinking it would
coin
match
or the string out
my
of
dress and mask could match. So I'm going to use the cloth as my mask piece.
it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I take the pouch.
Can I take one of the coins and just throw it at the oozy balloon?
So Hoop takes one of the coins and just chucks it at the Ludoos, and it goes.
I'm going to do it again. One more time.
Okay. The Ludoos is looking a little bloated. Snail, Snail Jr., Snail Jr., Jr., Slug, and Slug 2. What are you doing?
I'm just happily looking through the trash to find more pretty cloth for my dress because it got all muddy earlier and that's not good. So I want something prettier.
Okay. You find a child's frock that's in a delightful shade of dusty rose, except it has a mustard stain right in the middle of the chest.
It's perfect.
Okay. You grab the child's frock.
I just put it on over my other dress, just
Perfect.
all the way.
Beautiful. Rug, I need a strength check or medicine check to see if you can surgically remove the rib. Your call. Brute force or medicine?
For medicine, that's an 18.
18 on medicine. So you take your crossbow bolt that you've just sliced open the still breathing human with. And Rug grabs onto one of the floating ribs and jabs it with the crossbow bolt. Breaks the rib and now has a fragment of human rib. Human rib, sorry. Human rib. Xela, do you have anything for your mask?
Is this human clothed?
He definitely was. He
Is
has
there-
pants on still.
Is there a belt?
There is a belt.
Perhaps a belt buckle?
Cool. Do you have a dagger or something to cut it off with?
I do. I only gave one of those away.
Beautiful.
But I use the short sword.
You use the short sword. Okay, so a human-sized dagger. So about yay long. And just jab it in, and you hear a as the belt then gets cut, and there's blood and gore everywhere.
Out, damn it, Spot! Out!
What do you think of my new dress? Snail Jr. and Snail Jr. Jr. and Slug number 2. Isn't it beautiful?
Slug number 2 starts clapping until his right hand falls off. Bork, you have your balloon. Hoop, do you have anything for your mask?
Is there any leather straps inside the what do you call it? The pile of junk.
There's the human's belt.
I will take the human's belt then.
So Hoop runs over to the now bleeding out human, if not dead, and grabs onto the belt. It's a little bloody. Just whoop! Out it comes. It's like almost elbow dingo in the head. Okay. And everybody has something for their belt. And we are at time. No? 15 more?
Well, I was going to ask. Well, I was thinking maybe we could do, if everybody's okay with doing an online, like the last session is like an online thing. We could try. So like we do one last, I don't know, sometime after the con, like we can do it online as live stream and continue.
There's not much left.
There's not much left? Okay,
No.
I just was like, if we can finish it.
Okay. So, Hoop. Yeah, I've been doing them all weekend. Hoop, you know there's an area called the bone piles. Oh no. I have low battery. We have until my laptop dies.
Is
Yes. Okay. Do you have the cord with you? Anybody who's not wearing Michael, okay. Anybody who's not wearing heels, can you run to the D&D corner and grab the laptop charger out of the wall? There's a laptop charger plugged into the wall, or no? Amanda, come talk to this fine gentleman in the white bread shirt. Okay, so everybody, you know that the last area is in the direction of down. And Gronk has always spoken very concernedly of this area. It is known as the bone piles, and it is off limits to everyone except during the trials. And anybody stupid enough not to obey those commands, just don't come back.
Can I ask Snail and Snail Jr. to lead the way? Because it sounds like this might be their home. It sounds like a lovely place, though.
Okay, so Snail Jr. perched on your shoulder, sort of inches forward and stops, so it doesn't fall off. And Snail
That's
Jr.
the skeleton, Snail Jr.
Oh,
Or, sorry,
Slug.
I
Slug
meant
and Slug too.
Slug. My Slug and Slug 2 is the ones.
So
I'm
Slug and
sorry.
Slug 2 turn around and just start walking. Slug 2 is missing a hand. It fell off. All right. So the trees here are thick and twisted and dying from all the organic rot. Piles of bones from beasts and goblins and kuotoa and other humanoids are scattered around the area, looking like they were ejected from the ground. A glowing green orb sits precariously next to a freshly excavated, medium-sized, melted humanoid.
Did Snail do this?
It's glowing green.
I'm a little disappointed.
No. They fall apart. As if the magic of the bone piles was so strong, it disassembled them. Okay, so Rug needs something that's not a bone. There's a glowing green orb. That could be the base of your mask. Okay, we have two people getting skulls. Hoop, what are you getting? A tibia. Okay. Snail.
Snail's gonna look around for like a rock that maybe looks twisted or like a snail shell. She just like picks through the bones and throws them until she finds another pretty. Well, you know what? Never mind. Let's do a leaf. She wants a leaf.
A leaf.
Yes, she's looking for a nice big one that might be a good base.
Excellent. I thought you were going to use the fabric from the bag as
Oh,
the
you're right.
base.
I'll just look for a little leaf.
For a little leaf. Okay.
I'm running on no sleep, guys.
So Snail runs over and plucks a leaf from the tree. Xela, what are you doing?
I'm looking for two hands
Two hands
with my mage hand.
with mage hand. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a hand that fell off Slug, and Slug 2, I should say, and two fleshy hands that fell off Slug.
All right.
All right.
And very much like Pan's Labyrinth, just like starting to carve them into a mask.
Okay. So you guys make it back to the village very, very quickly and managed to avoid a combat encounter because you didn't actually go into the bone piles. Oh, Alexi already went to find them. Okay. And we'll be done in like 5 minutes. You have just enough time to return to the tribe and assemble your masks before the fire turns yellow again. We don't have time to draw your masks, but I would love to see you all draw your masks and post them on the Discord server later. Please, draw your masks and post them in the Discord server. Remember what you kept. Oh, yay! Thank you, Amanda. Honestly, we're just wrapping up, so I think we can just drop it for now. Thank you very much, though. You were great. I don't know where my partner went. There's my partner. We're good. Amanda found it. We're just gonna wrap up in the next like 2 minutes. I'm sorry. Has everybody written down what they're going to make their masks out of? Everybody write down what you're going to make your masks out of real quick.
I already have it all written down.
Okay, excellent. Look at Chibi being on top of everything.
Well, I'm the one who had the most education out of the tribe.
This is true. This is very true. So as you finish your masks, the village cheers as you present yourself to the queen. You are now hunters. Gronk stands up and hushes the crowd. As the last flicker of blue turns green and then yellow and orange in the fire. You live. You hunter now. What's your new name be? As you place your masks on in front of the rest of the village, the rest of the team, you get to come up with new names for everybody, and they have to come with an adjective at the end of it. So, real quickly, what is Hoop's new name? Crew, audience, you are participants as well. Shout out suggestions if you can think of anything. Gloop the what? Gloop the half dead. You are now Gloop the half dead. What is Bork's new name? Honk the goose. Honk. The what? Yonk the Feral? The Friend Slayer. Yonk the Friend Slayer. Rug. What is Rug's new name? Ribs. Ribs works. Ribs the what? Ribs the surgeon? Not quite. Ribs the remover. There you go. Write that down in case we, run this again for a live stream. You're just removing things. And Xela. What is Xela's new name? No, that would be Snail's new name. Something the Preacher. Spit the Clear-Throated? Spit Tooth Eye. Spit Tooth Eye. That is your new name. And Snail, our most elegant of preachers.
Snails the many.
Snails the Many. Yes. You are now Snails the Many. Thank you everyone for coming out. This was a blast. We're done. And we made it through a 3-hour adventure in 2 hours and 11 minutes.
And we made so many friends along the way.
Yeet the beat. All hail the Lord Snail.
Let's give another round of applause for our dungeon master who literally got this position a couple of hours ago.
If anybody liked my DMing and wants to potentially hire me, Lily has business cards. I'm in their Discord, and I have my own Discord if you happen to like all things TTRPG, and the link is on my business card. So, yeah, this was great. Thank you. I had a blast, and I would love to, if we can find episode 2, I would love to do episode 2 as a live stream later. More Goblin Chaos.